explain to me how it makes sense that I will buy a textbook for my daughter this term, for this session, and the next session her brother is going into the same class and he cannot repeat that textbook. I need to buy that textbook all over again.
So it's another brand new day and it is back to school. I mean, our kids, our siblings are back to school. Talking about from daycare to nursery to KG to primary school to JHS. They are back to school. And there's this video I want us to check out. I feel like it is a topic that we must discuss. So Moku quickly go watch this video, get back and delve into it.
Please, our Nigerian private schools, take us back to the era where our children do not need to use textbooks that they have to write inside. Because explain to me how it makes sense that I will buy a textbook for my daughter this term, for this session, and the next session her brother is going into the same class and he cannot repeat that textbook. I need to buy that textbook all over again. Or because they bring textbook these days when children they write inside. Is this not extortion? This is intentional, because when we were growing up, the kind textbook when I use, now the textbook when my elder ones them use for school, they no bother buy new one for me. All this Macmillan and the rest, Johnny Hugo, what did they call them? Now the ones when my elder ones use. But these days, our children can no longer share textbooks because people are producing the kind of textbooks that they need to do their assignment. It's like, if this is not extortion, tell me what it is. Now, most of these private school teachers said, most of these they cannot even afford all these bills they are putting on the head of parents. Let's not even talk about other things going on in private schools. Let's even just talk about the textbooks. How does it make sense that I have to buy the same textbook repeatedly for 4 children, all because they are writing inside? Why do they call it a textbooks? And why do they have notebooks? Notebooks are meant to write, right? That is why it's note. Textbooks are meant to do, like you read them to know what you are going to write inside your notebook.
So I don't know if you can relate, but it is just a day after Ghana's popular Akwetia by-election, and like everybody is saying on the internet, it is finished. The NDC candidate emerged as the winner, but like I said, it is back to school season and we have to buy books for our wards. Now this is a concern that this woman is raising. I don't know if you can relate, but I can relate. I mean, when we're growing up in the 2000s, just like the woman is saying, we used to repeat textbooks that our elder once used. Say if the books were not too worn out, if we could use the books, it was passed down onto us for us to use them. But these days, the kind of textbooks we buy are the types where these kids have to write in them. That would mean that they can't be reused. Now, it is just a simple appeal that some of us are putting out there. I mean, like they say, all hands are not equal. I know there are people who can definitely afford thousands of books even if they are asked to buy them, but for the sake of the fact that all hands are not equal, you and I know that there are some people who can relate to this particular video. I mean, if you have 2 children, one in class 1 and one in class 2, that would mean that the one who is currently going to class 2 would have used certain textbooks that the junior one can use or can be repeated. But as it stands, because of the kind of textbooks that the Ghana Education Service kind of authenticate for various schools to use, we are not able to pass down the books to the junior ones. What do you also make of this video? Make I remind you quickly that I mean, for all of us to see Ghana grow to the level that we want to see it, we have to keep supporting made in Ghana products. That is why I am recommending the July 10 rice to you. The July 10 rice is strictly grown, produced and packaged in Ghana by Ghanaians. Once you buy July 10 rice, you are also investing in Ghana and helping Ghana to grow. So we are going to show you more details of the July rice in the lower third, I mean below the screens. You get the contact numbers and where to purchase them, whether you are a retailer or you are a wholesaler. But back to the topic of the kind of textbooks that GES have recommended for our kids, our wards, our siblings to buy of late. What do you also make of this topic? Is it a topic you can relate to? Is it a topic worth discussing? Is it a topic worth throwing the light on? Don't forget that this is another episode of Deedew Corner on Deedew Online. If this is your first time on our platform, I kindly entreat you to click the subscribe button. Don't forget to add the notification button where you get reminded wherever we drop any kind of video. My name remains Kobina Emisa. If you call me Kobe Deedew, and this was another episode of Deedew Corner on Deedew Online. Thank you for watching as usual. Deedew Online.